Alright guys, I'm going to make this quick. This is the Kel-tec Sub 2000. It's a really convenient little carbine that is foldable. Foldability makes it a really good bag gun, really good gun for storage. So this is how it comes. It comes folded. There it is. The release is right here. Just pull forward, lift off, and then you kind of want to snap it into place. That way you know it's locked. To disengage, just pull back on the trigger guard there. You can see that if you're not all the way engaged, it'll stay open. Another thing too that I noticed is that these things really loosen up after you clean them. Well, after you shoot them, lube them and clean them. Like all these actions here were really stiff when I really got it, to include the bolt catch here. Really convenient, foldable little rifle. So just some quick specs. Weighs about 4.25 pounds unloaded. Magazine capacity varies. It did come with this one 15-round magazine. I do have the Glock variant, the 9mm Glock variant. They come in 9mm 40 Smith & Wesson. I got mine so I could interchange the magazines with my Glocks. So overall length's around 30 inches. And the length with it folded is about 16.25 inches. It's got a 9.5 trigger pull, 9.5 pounds. So overall I'm pretty impressed with this thing, and this will probably be my get home bag gun going forward. It'd be a really nice pairing with one of my Glocks, interchangeable magazines. Just want a little extra something, especially during these chaotic times. I'm running these ETS Glock 18 31 round magazines in it, which work extremely well. I'm a big fan of the ETS magazines, and they're kind of cool looking since they're clear. Here we have the SOG Ninja Day Pack. So you can see this fits nicely in here. SOG Ninja Day Pack actually has this back pocket. You can just slide it in like that. That way it holds it in place. If you can see that, that works out almost perfectly. I've been trying to think about how I'm going to clean this thing. I guess I could use one of my long rods meant for rifle cleaning and just put a patch in for the barrel and maybe possibly a 9mm brush, or I could try to hit, see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the way in there even if I go both sides with the ramrod. Let's see, it's fairly filthy in here and here. We should be able to get to all that though. See, I got the bolt locked back. We can easily get in there. Damn mosquitoes. I try to train at least once a week, but I've gone through some dry periods, and so I will not be having many dry periods going forward. I can tell you that much. The only thing that's probably going to stop me from training at this point is if there's some sort of ammo shortage, though that won't decrease the frequency of training, more so it'll just decrease the number of rounds that are gone through in those training sessions. So at first the bolt was really tough. I am not a weak man by any measure, and I was having some trouble cycling that thing. So after I did it about twice, it really freed up. I don't know if some lube just got in the right places, but it really freed up and just felt about as much resistance as, you know, pulling the slide back on a handheld Glock. Man, that thing really got filthy, but good considering the number of rounds. So with the ETS mags and with the stock mag, and I'm only going to assume at this point, although I should test this out before making this claim, that your standard Glock 19, Glock 17, and Glock 19X mags will work just fine. I'm just going to make that claim without actually testing it. You actually test that for yourself, but I mean, they're going to work. So this is going to be a really great get home gun, a good bag gun. It's really impressed me for the price point. Now, it did bite on my shoulder a little bit. I actually got a little bit of a bruise on my shoulder, but that was just because my weak little skin there. That you know, generally if I'm shooting a rifle, I wear a shirt. I just had a wife beater on, so I think it was more of just the friction rubbing than actually beating up on my muscle tissue, but it did leave a little bit of a mark. It wasn't the most comfortable gun to shoot. Now the guy down one of the FFLs that I go to is always trying to sell me, or at least try to get me to pay him to build an AR-9, and I do want an AR-9. That's on my list. I imagine an AR-9 would shoot much more smoother than this and probably be more of a joy to shoot, more pleasurable to shoot. But I don't have one, and unless you pay a lot of money, you can't get an AR-9 that's going to fold or be a breakdown or takedown, excuse me, or whatever. So the Kel-tec Sub 2000 is meeting my needs just perfectly at this point. So the same day that I trained with this and cycled a bunch of magazines through it, I also trained with my Glock 26, and just it being a rifle length or approaching rifle length SBR, I was much more accurate with this at the same proximity, same distance than my handgun, which is to be expected. But the point is, the sights work stock. The sights work just fine. So I shot steel, obviously, so not really a good sense on what kind of groupings I can get, but you know, that's can be the next time I go. But overall, definitely thumbs up. I'm definitely going to lube this a little bit right here, make sure that you know, that thing stays nice and smooth, doesn't stiffen up on me. And overall, major thumbs up on the Kel-tec Sub 2000. This is going to be one of, if not the main, bag gun going forward. Instinct is telling me that this probably needs to be run a little wet, maybe not that wet, but I'm getting antsy. I've done a lot of stuff today, so I'm getting a little sloppy here, but that's all right. So we'll see if we can't find some more things to say about this Kel-tec Sub 2000 going forward, and I'll post more about it if I, feel inspired. Other than that, that's it. Later.